Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Naio Nails. In this video, we are going to do a soak off versus a file off. Which one is the better? I don't know, and that was Adam's phone, not mine.
That wasn't my phone.
It was your phone, your computer. Ah, he's such a naughty boy. Can you turn it on silence, please?
Alright.
So, let's see what happens. File off or soak off? What's the best? So you will need some tin foil or aluminium foil. Aluminum? Yes, if you're in America.
Aluminum.
Right, so I'm just going to tear a strip off. And I'm going to tear it into 5 pieces. How many are we on? 4, 5.
You need that if you were from Leek.
If you were from Leek, you'd need that. I didn't say that. Andrea said that, not me. Or Cheadle.
Yeah.
Definitely Cheddleton.
Yeah,
Like Faye.
Does she live in Leek as well?
So it's a Cheddleton.
Alright.
Which is pretty much Leek. Yeah.
I can go through that.
Right, so Andrea has on a full set that has been on for forever and a day, clearly. She washes her hair in blue shampoo and clearly has it on her nails as well. That's why she looks a little bit dead.
Or I could be a smooth serial killer.
A Smurf serial killer, yeah. I think that's probably more likely.
Do you think that's what Smurf blood would look like?
Yeah, of course, the blue army.
Yeah.
Only on the outside.
Yeah, so this is why it's a little bit of a tinge of that sort of bluey tone to the actual nail. That's just a bit of stainage from the blue shampoo. I too have the same problem sometimes, and it does drive me a little bit nuts.
But really, we should wear gloves.
Well,
But
yeah.
we don't, because you don't want gloves on while you're having a shower, do you? It's a bit weird.
It is a bit weird, that.
A bit weird.
Why would you need gloves when you're wearing a shower, having a shower?
Yeah, a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
So we have stones on, we have some flat 3D. So what we're going to do is we're going to file off one hand and we're going to soak off the other hand. And we're going to see if it makes any difference. And we're going to go through the different things that you would need to know while soaking and filing. So first of all, I am going to remove the bling.
Ping!
With my big massive nippers. Nippers, not knickers.
Or nipples.
That's what I was
Well, I do say. So we're just catching the edges and sort of just breaking the seal of the gel that's holding that on. Really support the hand. You don't want to slip. This one's a bit bigger, so we're going to have to come right under the hair like that. Look at that. We are revealing the nail that's underneath. So this is gel polish on top of acrylic. Oh, I do love it when that happens. I love it when it just chunks off. Oh yes, I do that. I'm strangely satisfied. Just chunk. I feel like that autumn nails just give birth to a summer nail.
Yeah, it has. Hello, sunshine.
make sure you get all the balls off as well, because those little micro beads will affect your filing when you come to file. Now what you don't want to do is come right at the edge here and start putting pressure on. Don't come right to the edge of the nail, because you're going to eat into the natural nail. You're concentrating on going at the edge of the stones. So we're going to cut the length down. And we're going to do that on all of the nails. I'm going to watch her hyponychium when I do that. So I'm going to turn over the nail. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to cut into Andrea's hyponychium. So don't go too short. Remember that hyponychium. Now we've got the length down, what I'm going to do is file over both hands. And all I'm doing is removing bulk and taking off the gel polish. So we're going to do that to both nails, because that would be the normal procedure. So when you're soaking, you want to remove the bulk, and you'll just be soaking off the rest of it. So get the bulk down first. So we've taken some bulk off those. I'm going to wrap the ones that we're soaking off with the foil and acetone. I'll go through that process. Look at all that acrylic dust.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. That's so funny.
so funny. You would have loved me for that, wouldn't you? Yeah.
That'd have been great.
Just what I wanted.
Yeah, and fave.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Bit of acrylic dust.
Yeah,
Lovely.
up my nose. Yeah, in my eyes.
Yeah.
After I got soup in my eye the other day. That really hurt.
Oh yeah, was it red hot?
No, I don't even.
How did you get soup in your eye?
I went like that. The next thing, and it was cheese
Them
and
nails.
broccoli.
Them nails.
I was doing cheese and broccoli. It was like all green.
Ah!
Look like you got conjunctivitis, like a bad case of.
Yeah, it was just a bit of broccoli. But my eye was dead sore all night. Yeah, because it all went in the corner.
Right, so I've got the foil and my lint-free pads. So what I'm going to do is tear my lint-free pad in half. Who needs scissors? Fold that over, and we're going to use pure acetone, which is there. Saturate this pad. Saturate it. Wrap them up. Fold it over, make it nice and secure. We're going to do this to all of these nails on this hand. So wrap over, fold the top over, make it nice and secure. Doing this will hold the heat inside the foil. If you just put them into a bowl of acetone, it won't be warm and it'll take longer to soak. This will speed it up because the heat will stay inside the foil. And this is where you actually wreck your own nails that you've taken hours doing. Right, so while they are soaking, I'm going to change this bit, because if you look at this bit, this is actually just for removing bulk. You see how serrated it is? It looks quite aggressive, doesn't it? We're going to change this bit because we've removed bulk, and we're going to go to a slightly softer bit. This is a medium bit, and it's not got no sharp pieces at the top. So it's a medium, and we're just going to come down and remove gently. You can even hear that that's a little bit softer than that other bit. You need to make sure when you're doing a file off and rather than a soak off that you continually move. Don't stay in the same spot. If you do that, then you're going to create a lot of heat. And obviously if it gets hot, it's going to be more uncomfortable for your client. But as you start to get lower and lower through the product, more chance of getting a bit of friction heat building up. I'm going to get as low as I can, and then I'm going to go in with a hand file. So see how it's going all transparent here? You can see the nail through. I'm going to leave that there, and I will hand file that because I want to be really controlled. You see how I'm twisting the finger as well, so I move onto a different section. So I'm going to take a 180 grit file and start to remove the rest of this product. Just like we did with the electric file, we need to keep moving into different areas so we don't build up that heat, or we minimise the heat that we're building up. Let's just have a little look at these. Now these are very stained underneath. Very stained. So we ain't going to get them crisp white. I'm going to use a buffer to smooth out the nail. I'm now going to wipe over it with gel residue wipe off solution just to clean them up, and then I'm going to oil this hand and let that oil soak in. Let the oil soak in and nurture and nourish those beautiful natural nails. So we've got some pink pineapple cuticle oil. You can still see a little bit of the blue staining from the hair dye and the blue shampoo.
And the blue conditioner.
Oh, and blue conditioner as well?
Yeah.
So we take them off. This is the soaked hand. And you can see that it's softened, and we can just scrape that off. You can either use an orange wood stick, or you can be gentle with a metal tool. Like peeling taters. Once you've taken off everything that's soft, you're going to file over. Get rid of that spongy layer until it gets pretty hard again. And you're going to soak for a second time. So you're just going to resaturate the pad and put them in the little foil jackets. I'm going to do it to all of them. You'll always find that the thumb will take longer to come off, and sometimes the other fingers may be done in one go. So let's have a look at this thumb that we re-wrapped up, so you can see that that's soaking. And we can get rid of that soft acrylic. I'd say that was probably on for another 5 minutes. So what soaking does is it cuts down the filing process. You'll always need to hand file anyway, but it cuts down the filing process because you scrape a lot of it away and you don't have to file onto that natural nail as much. Now when it comes to hard gels you need to file those off. So you've got to be careful when you're filing really close to that natural nail. You want to be really gentle. You can even go down the grits. You could move to a 240 grit file and be super gentle.
Somebody's just commented here exactly what I'm thinking at the moment. Soaking off is the most boring, frustrating and annoying part of doing nails. Can't stand it.
It is. It is.
I can imagine, yeah.
So many people just pull the nails off.
Yeah.
Because they just hate soaking.
Yeah.
But it's soaking.
People bite them off, don't they?
Soaking is, you know, probably the better way to remove your nails. Definitely not biting them off.
Somebody I know bites them off.
Yeah, somebody I know bites them off.
Yeah. Who's that then?
In this room? No?
Yeah, is it you, Adam?
Yeah, all the time.
Tint me. So, who does that leave?
I don't know. Is there a rabbit in the room? Biting its nails. Right, so dust that off and then we're going to wipe over with some gel residue, wipe off solution. And then I'm going to oil. And we're going to let the oil sit and soak into the nail. Just going to clean that up a little bit more. There, a bit of pink pineapple. I'm not going to push the cuticles back or anything like that because tomorrow Andrew's having a full set. So I'm going to save all that for tomorrow.
Or is it going to be like wintry?
Winter Wonderland.
Is it?
I don't know. So they're still quite healthy. Better than mine are. Look at that.
Considering they've been on for 6 weeks.
Yeah. They're not too bad.
Better than they normally are, aren't they?
Yeah. Not bad at all. So, what do you prefer to do? Do you file off? Do you soak off?
Do you bite off?
Yeah, do you bite off? I prefer for my client to soak off. If I was being selfish, I would just file them off. Because I think it's just a little bit quicker. There's definitely more effort into filing it though. Definitely. So there you are. I hope that's helped you have a bit of an insight of soaking off and filing off. Everything I've used today will be listed below as always. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Hi everybody.
Yeah, let's go again.
Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Naio Nails.